TikTok is like digital cocaine. You open the app and before you know it, you lost 3 hours of your life without having achieved anything. It already has 2 billion active hypnotized users, worse than an old man in a casino, with no way to escape. Its creators know perfectly the psychological uses that their creation has, but you surely do not know. So in this video I will explain what makes TikTok so addictive and how it destroys the mind of everyone in the world. I'm Sean Rico, I'm from Buenos Aires, and I say, let's get straight to it. What was once a lip sync app with dance routines has become a global giant. But what makes TikTok so addictive? Why do users return day after day? And how does TikTok affect our psychology, especially in users whose brains are still developing? The algorithm works with every video you watch. TikTok learns you. It can detect your musical tastes, orientation, mental health, and sense of humor. I mean, if you watch a video of a dog, TikTok will show you another pet video. Do you like cats too? And capybaras? Unless you skip those videos and prefer to watch some about food, you'll soon be immersed in trends like #dogs of TikTok. In December 2021, the New York Times revealed a leaked internal document from ByteDance, the company that owns TikTok. This was written to teach non-technical employees about the platform's algorithm. The document mentions that the platform wants you in the app every day, for as long as it can. It also indicates that the platform shows users videos that are close to what they want to watch, but not exactly the ones they might like the most. Thus, users continue to watch and gain exposure to other videos that may interest them.
TikTok's best trap is its main page, For You. The algorithm recommends content depending on the interest you express as a new user, and adjusts it depending on what it detects that you are not interested in, and thus forms your personalized profile.
The recommendations are based on a number of factors such as user interactions, videos you like and share, accounts you follow, comments you post, and content you create. Information videos, which may include details such as captions, sounds, and hashtags. Device and account settings, such as your language preference, country settings, and device type. The algorithm also levels the factors. For example, if you watch a video from start to finish, it has more impact than the country you are watching or your age. All this data is combined to create the optimal experience to keep you trapped in the app. Forbes magazine has called TikTok digital cocaine for the brain. It explains that when you swipe, sometimes you see a picture or something that looks rich catches your attention. There you get that little dopamine in the brain, in your pleasure center, that makes you want to keep swiping. We get a nice hit of dopamine when we find a video we like on TikTok, but because the algorithm shows us different videos through the day, we don't know what we are going to encounter. This works because mystery prizes elicit more activity in the reward regions of the brain than the ones we know will come. Basically, your brain adapts to unpredictable reward system and preemptively rewards your anticipated risk.
You can either have the washer and dryer where the lovely Smithers is standing, or you can trade it all in for what's in this box.
The box!
Through this system, TikTok users can develop a Pavlovian feedback loop. Once the brain gets used to neurological release, it learns to anticipate and reward the body for exposure to the source of that release. This is known as dopamine loop, which is a feeling of reward that leads you to seek out more of the same to get a knock of arousal. This is not unique to TikTok. Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Tinder all use the same method. TikTok has something different from a platform like YouTube. The fact that clicking on the icon on your phone already sends you to a video without asking you what you want to watch. On YouTube, one has to give a reason for people to click on your video. It may be the cover, the title, the theme, but something has to have. That reaction in psychology is called the decision point or decision making, and it is the short moment where the person analyzes his mood and compares the different covers of the videos to see which one aligns better with him. In the case of TikTok, they remove this step, which is usually the first that any platform has. Open TikTok, it already shows you a video that the algorithm knows you are going to like. Your brain throws away the dopamine, you feel rewarded, and opens the possibility that you repeat this in the near future. It's similar to the experiments with mice where you have to touch a button or lever to get the little piece of cheese. This is the same. Open TikTok and receive a funny video. These videos can make you laugh, teach you something, or showing you someone attractive are all forms of reward for your brain that will release the delicious dopamine. But what if I don't like the video you showed me? This is also part of the TikTok trick. If you don't like or care about the video, you swipe and move on to the next one. This pattern conditions your brain to keep trying its luck to see if something good comes out of the next attempt. This is similar to casino machines. You don't know if you're going to win money or lose. The only way to know is to hit the lever again and again and again. TikTok tries to make a swipe a habit. There are good habits and bad habits. Going to the gym or doing a sport, for example, is a difficult habit to achieve. It requires will, desire, time, but it will reward you with better health. The TikTok swipe becomes a habit very quickly, almost instantly, because of how easy it is. Apart from the videos being so short, the time to try to achieve the reward is also short. In itself, it's the combination of an easy action to do, constant repetition, and variable rewards. But there are other unhealthy habits that TikTok also generates, not by the app itself, but by its users. Many people use the app to self-diagnose health problems. The Wall Street Journal reports on a possible correlation between the increase in young girls exhibiting symptoms of Tourette syndrome and their exposure to popular Tourette videos on TikTok. This is notable because tics are often a symptom of mental distress, as well as being a symptom of Tourette syndrome. The most famous case was of the influencer Tics and Roses, who started a whole video blog on TikTok about her Tourette syndrome. According to her, she wanted to make people aware of the seriousness of the syndrome and also sell merchandising on the subject.
One, I wanted to talk a little bit about wow. I wanted to talk wow. Hey everyone, it's Emerald, and today I'm going to rate my most common tics. The most common right now is bee-boo. Like that.
Until Reddit users found all social networks of this girl where it was clear that she did not have the typical tics of Tourette. In the end, after many accusations, Tics and Roses admitted that she did everything for show, for fame, and to make money. Before going on, consider subscribing and clicking on the bell to watch more documentaries like this that I will keep releasing. As I mentioned in the previous TikTok video, it created an overload of videos regarding different syndromes that has caused people to either have problems or showing in pretending to have the problems. There's even an entire subreddit dedicated to exposing thousands of TikTokers and their fake problems. This became a kind of urban tribe or grouping of people with problems. TikTok allows this because it makes more people to join the platform by feeling identified with the supposed problems or showing to invent one for applause and camera time. Combining the increasing loneliness in society with social propagation and the idea of wanting to be different, unique and interesting to get likes creates the perfect environment to what we might call TikTok's mental illness factory. In addition to the Tourette community, we also have the identity disorder community dissociate. In real life, it is characterized by the existence of two or more identities in a person, each with its own pattern of perceiving and acting with the environment. Well, that's in real life. On TikTok, it's the hashtag #DID, where thousands of people show how they live with this disorder and how there's another person living in their head. But there's also people who claim to have objects in their heads, animals, anime characters, all with their pronouns, and personalized personalities.
I can feel it coming on. Guess the player.
So you guys know how Kari and Carter have been, a little bit involved. Kathleen and Chance have been flirting, which has been interesting. But Kari and Carter have included me. So there is now a polyamorous triad in the system. It freaks us out a little bit. Because, if you say, oh, I have two partners and they're both in my head.
The reality is that identity disorder is so rare that there are psychologists who think it doesn't even exist. But on TikTok, the hashtag #DID has more than 2 billion views and the hashtag dissociative identity disorder has 1 billion. In itself, these diseases receive new versions of the symptoms on the platform. For example, in the case of identity disorder, you call your other personalities at ease. combined with your characters from series, games or anime. Also you can transform everything that is impossible in real life. If you pay attention to the first part of this video, if you stay watching videos on a topic, TikTok is going to recommend more and more videos on that topic that you supposedly like. In case of mental disorder content, the algorithm can take you to the twilight zone. Doctors have claimed to have extremely healthy patients who suddenly appeared with anorexia or other horrible diseases. TikTok recommends a video about being extremely thin, for example. You watch it, then it recommends another and another and another, leading the weak-spirited person towards that problem. Something curious to keep in mind is how all these characters come from progressive or woke current. They all have their pronouns in their profiles, videos against Trump, they always go hand in hand, and I wonder if these problems are so real. Shouldn't they exist regardless of your political ideology? Or only if you are a liberal can you have these problems? The worst part is that many of these disorders are serious, caused by childhood trauma, and there are people having a hard time coping with them. These liberals have turned these problems into circus, transforming them from concerns and treatment to absurd jokes. I wonder why wearing a kimono while being white is cultural appropriation, but faking a disorder is not a disease appropriation. But here we go to another problem, the narcissistic factory. Narcissism feeds on constant validation, and researchers have shown that people with narcissistic traits are very attracted to the lure of social media and what they can do for their ego. One study found that the link between social media and narcissism is bidirectional, meaning that narcissistic traits increase with repeated and active social media use, and that older users exhibit many qualities related to narcissism. In reality, disease appropriation is not about raising awareness about disorders, it's not about education either. It's about narcissism and believing that sheer deception is the best way to achieve fame, recognition, or attention, rather than being an authentic person. It fetishes mental disorders and the real problem that people who really suffer from the struggle with. And all this tells us that this is not a coincidence that TikTok seeks to attack children primarily. TikTok, like any social network, becomes a forced focus on separating children from their parents. That is because TikTok and many other social media replaces the parents, and now the kids are being educated by someone they cannot see and someone that they cannot argue with. Everything that TikTok and other social media says is going to be true to those kids. Thanks for watching this video. That's the first of many documentaries I want to make in this channel. This is Johnny Rico, and I'll be seeing you next time.